Good evening, everyone. Today we have gathered here to attend the first day of two-day lecture series organized by Vivekananda Samiti, IIT Kanpur. Vivekananda is one of the oldest clubs of this institute that has been persistently serving the welfare of the student community. Imbued with the spirit of Swami Vivekananda's teachings, this Samiti has earnestly endeavored to motivate, inspire and galvanize the young minds to dedicate themselves in the betterment of this country and humanity at large. Besides organizing regular sessions on meditation and Vedanta learning, this Samiti also conducts annual youth convention to disseminate the philosophy and teachings of Swamiji at a vital level through many interactive events. In light of such noble aims, today we have delightfully invited Professor Arun Kumar Agarwal to deliver an insightful lecture titled Levels of Reality, a Vedantic Perspective. Professor Agarwal is presently the Professor of Computer Science and Engineering at IIT BHU University. Born in Allahabad, Professor Agarwal's quest for knowledge and passion for exploring the profundities of human experiences drove him to places far and wide. No wonder he has been to several places of learning such as Allahabad University, IIT Kanpur, New York State University, Stony Brook, USA, and so on. Currently, he is a member of the Central General Body of Ram Krishna Mission and Vice President of the Managing Committee of Ram Krishna Mission Home of Service, Varanasi, that is also popularly known as Korea Hospital. It is the first hospital started by Ram Krishna Mission. Besides this, he is also a prominent writer, and we are glad to let you know that he has also received National Award in 1990 for one of his books. We are really privileged to have him among us today. His talk on layers and levels of reality, mediated by his in-depth understanding of Vedantic perspectives and Bhagavad Gita, will assuredly enlighten our minds to new horizon of thought and contemplation, as also channelize our search for larger truth beyond what is perceptible and empirical. Okay, Professor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am really privileged to be here in my alma mater. I have been here for several occasions as selection committee expert on the subject, and in alumni meets, and my daughter was here for some time, so for her and so on. But for giving a talk, this is my first time and I'm really privileged. Prof. Prabhakar and Archana Prabhakar ji, they are my close friends, family friends, and they visit Varanasi. I visit them whenever I get chance. So this is additional attraction for me. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to make it clear that whatever I will present, that will be based on my understanding of Vedanta and my experiences in life related to this quest, as she told. And I would very much appreciate if there is interaction in between also. If anyone has anything to speak, to ask, to enter into a discussion, I'll be very happy, though in the end there will be 15-20 minutes for questions and answers and discussion. I had my high schooling at one of the Krishnamurti Foundation schools in Varanasi, Rajghat Besant School, and I had the proud privilege of hearing him for 2 years, for 1 month complete, every day. And in New York City, I had privilege of attending one of his lectures. And though right from beginning, my father used to introduce me to Gita Press books, and I was very voraciously reading them. I took physics because I wanted to search for truth, but then after my master's here, I thought that I could not go beyond my understanding which physics required. They required much more than what I could understand. So I left physics to do something more interesting and practical, which I thought I should do computer science. And I took computer science and joined Stony Brook PhD program. And there also I came to the limit where I thought that's not for me. So, but all along this quest was going on. Here in the library I used to read, there was a book, J. Krishnamurti, Jesus Christ and Buddha. Like this, there are books like this at that time. And I used to read them. I used to read Swami Vivekananda, lives of great people. Mahatma Gandhi inspired me very much. And this kind of thing. And Bhagavad Gita was something which kept me attached all along. And in New York City, I withdrew after masters from Stony Brook, came to New York City to work. I worked for 5 years. Then one of my friends who was a classmate, batch, 1 year senior to me here, he took me to one Ram Krishna Mission ashram in New York City. And there I found a very nice library, 3 lectures per week on Vedanta, as preached by Swami Vivekananda and Shri Arun Krishna. And there I found a really very nice place. I had visited so many people, Jain Buddhism and Nichiren Shoshu, ISKCON, Mahesh Yogi's meditation and all these things. But Ram Krishna Mission gave me that thing which I was looking for, though there are things in any organization. I remember one Swami Ranganathanand, who was the 13th or 14th president of Ram Krishna Mission. He gave a talk in the library of Ram Krishna Mission Vivekananda Center, and I asked him a question, sir, if we look at the history of religions, wherever there was an organization after a great man in his name, doesn't it get deteriorated in future? So he kind of didn't like that question, because, and I also asked, can't we see that happening here also in this organization? So, but that is a very general observation, and no one should get perturbed by this. Any organization after some time of a great person deteriorates, because that light, that strength of energy is not there. And it needs another person and another great person, another source of energy. What these great people do, they infuse you with the great energy, energy-giving people. And because source is within. I'll come to reality issues just after this, but the source is within, as most of Indian scriptures, Indian people feel and believe in. I think most of all of us, when we say that Father is, God is in heaven, then we somehow don't believe, we feel that God is within, most of us. So, the source is within, and how to reach that fountain of knowledge, how to reach that fountain is the quest. To get that infinite source of energy. Swami Vivekananda again and again says that it is within. The entire power is within you. Entire strength is within you. You are the creator of your own destiny. But then you have to go towards it, you see, and realize it for yourself, whether you are becoming that. Swami Vivekananda said, be and become. And it was said that when a flower blooms, bees come of their own accord. So let the flower bloom. And how can it bloom? It can bloom by becoming, in the quest for reaching the fountain of energy within. And when you are approaching it, you will be becoming more and more, more and more. What is the lakshan, symptom of manifestation? Symptom of manifestation is evolution to a state where you are feeling universal love. Love is the essence of all existence. And when you have universal love, that is not attachment, that is love. And as much as it becomes universal, it is purest love. Love to all. And not just trying to love, it is love itself, means blooming out of itself. You must have read many mystics talking about these things, and they all have come to same thing. Kabir Das said, "Poti padi padi jagmua, Pandit bhaya na khoye, dai akhar prem ka, padhe so Pandit hoye." I don't think it has to be translated. Do I have to translate it? No.
Sir, just tell that love to all. But sometimes we meet the people, and the people have some kind of the characteristics that we naturally feel that we have to hate them. Yes, we naturally hate them. So how we can love them?
No. You see, I'll tell you. Here I will quote one small quotation from Mother Sharda, the consort of Shri Ram Krishna, Mother Guru Mother of Swami Vivekananda. She said that no one is a stranger, my child. Try it and you will find it. If you love, everyone is hungry for love. If you move one step, the other person will move one step. So, you have to love. Angulimal's story, you know, there was a, at the time of Buddha, I think it was Buddha, there was a robber. He was just murdering people and taking their fingers and used to have a garland of fingers. And I think it was Lord Buddha, I may be mistaken, and he went to him, and instead of murdering him and taking his finger, he felt so much love that he touched his feet. So, if you have that much love, you will find even animals responding to it. Swami Akhandananda, Guru Bhai of Swami Vivekananda, he would go to Tibet on foot so many times. And you know, when monks, they go alone in wilderness and so on, animals are there, ferocious animals are there, tigers, snake, all these, but they deal with it. How do they deal with some technique sometimes, and sometimes by their loving tendency. So you are emanating that love, you see. So when you feel hate, there is something within you that will something within which is making you hate, or which is making other persons to hate him. So most of the people, they have come to that observation. So when I say that be and become, so when you will become source of love, it will emanate and everyone will be attracted. So have I answered your question? Okay. So when I say facets of reality, when I wrote the topic, it was levels of reality, but then I thought that it should be exactly facets of reality. Now, you know, several observations first I will tell you, then I will come to integrate. There is something called virtual reality by computer scientists. They think that this is real, and then they try to create it through cameras, programs, software, hardware, and they call it virtual reality, where you can feel you are part of creation. So is that virtual reality, or is this thing reality? Now Shankaracharya and other Advaitwadi, I'll explain all these things. They said that all this is Maya. It is like snake in a rope. This is an example given, that in the night some rope is there, and someone mistakes it for a snake. So he starts getting terrified. Oh, it will bite me. But actually it is a rope. So it is like this word. This word is all hodgepodge. It doesn't have reality. That's what they say. I'll come to discuss this thing again. It's not real. It is like a mirage. Just like thinking of a snake in a rope. Another example is given by Advaita. You see dream. When you are seeing dream in the night, then you feel in the dream world as if it is all real and you are playing that dream, part of that dream. When you wake up, then you see, oh, was that real or is this real? If you were real in that time, then this is a dream. If this is real, then what is that? So if you keep both on the same footing, then you can say, neither this is real nor this is real. There is something else which is real. Then people say, define reality. How do you define reality or truth? Then someone said that, look at a movie. In the movie, the screen is the thing on which all pictures, frames, they keep coming and going. So the thing which is screen, that is permanent, that is lying there. Everything else is changing. So people said that there should be some immanent standing point, watching point, observer point, around which all these images are coming and going, like whatever we are seeing now. And to a Vedantist search, this looks most plausible, because he is wondering all the time how to deal with it, how to deal with the people. Most of the time people are confused how to behave. Unless I know the mystery of the world, how can I live it? I don't know the rules of living. Once I master the rules of living, then I will be more effectively living rather than this. So people said, okay, let us have the observer's position like that screen, and let rest of it come and go and vanish. Now here I would like to say one thing, that whenever anyone takes any stand, like Advaitists take this stand, Dwaitists, let's say Madhavacharya's school, they say that it is all Lila. God is there, it is all Lila, it is his play. We are all playing a role given by God, and we should play as effectively as possible. Yoga Karma Shu Kaushlam, it has come. So we should play it as effectively the role given to me. If in a Ram Lila, let's say, the role given to Ram plays like Ravana, or role given to Ravana plays like Ram, everyone will throw a stone, and what is this nonsense? You are supposed to play like Ram, you are supposed to play like Ravana. So that is like whatever role is allotted to us, we have to play effectively that role. So this is Dwaita's view. Now one view which comes to say that whenever we feel that there is something other than my existence, then fear is bound to come. Even when, if you have any idea of Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 10, Lord Krishna talks about his vibhuti, and in chapter 11, he shows his Vishwarup to Arjun, and Arjun was terrified to know that the person who is his friend and charioteer, he is Vishnu with so many heads and so much reality, so much glare and brightness. So he is terrified. So even if God comes before us, like Lord Shiva, he comes in Mahadev form here with snake and all that, we all will be afraid and will run out of the hall. So whenever we see duality, something else other than myself, including God, will be terrified. We have the instinct of fear, we will be afraid. So the final settlement is left to you. Whatever appeals to your frame of mind, bend of mind, you accept that. Out of all this choice, Advaita, Dwaita, there is Vishishta Advaita also, Ramanujacharya, where we are part of the whole. Whole is complete God, and we are part of that Godhead. So even this, or if you feel that all this is objective reality, of course that is also subjective question. Is there anything objective? I say that I am standing and my perspective is this hall, and I cannot see my back, and this perception, my view, will be unique to me, because his view or his view or his view or her view will be different. She will not be able to see her back, she is seeing me in this way, I am not able to see in this way. So everyone's view is different. So where is the objectivity? There is no objectivity. Everyone's view is different. So we see a world according to our view. So everyone is free to choose his view. You have your view depending on your bend of mind. You may consider it Lila, you may consider it like a screen, take the position of observer. You may consider it like dream. You may consider it like really real. But then, as long as it is experience of most of the Shastras, most of the mystics, that unless you take the position of Advaita, there is no other way. Advaita is self is the only abiding reality. But then question is, what is that self? Self is also translated into Atman, not the body-mind complex. And in fact, that is the thing which has to be seen. When we say self, many people say self is this body-mind complex. But we have to go inside, and we say, suppose I say I have a body. Who is that I which is saying that it has a body? So we have to look for that I and identify with that I. And this quest goes inside and inside. Many people say it is obtained by meditation. Ashtang Yoga of Patanjali, Yam Niyams, Asan Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dhyan Dharana Samadhi. So in Samadhi we feel oneness. But then question still remains how to live, how to reach there, and is there any way to live other than just by meditation will reach there. So there is no easy answer to that, and then Bhagavad Gita comes to help. Bhagavad Gita always comes to help, which most of the people, Gandhiji, Malviji, Lokman Tilakji, and most of the mystics who are in Indian Shastras feel. Bhagavad Gita says it is a book for every Vada, whether you are Advaitist, whether you are Dwaitist, whether you are Vishishta Advaitist, it will come to your help. So, what does Bhagavad Gita say? Bhagavad Gita in fact allows you to lead the life as per your disposition, as per your personality, as per your natural traits, which has to be discovered. Krishnamurti ji comes here, Jai Krishnamurti ji, in a very large way. He says that analyze the process within. He is a teacher who goes after the process of mental process, mind's process, and who is saying, how he is saying, why is fear is there, why love is there, what is love. He says ask questions. Raman Maharshi here, he clearly said that who am I? Ask that question and you will reach there. Keep on asking, like onion peeling, it is said. That peel one, am I thereof? No, I am not. Then am I this mind? No, I am not there. Take this off. Am I the subtle body, which is sometimes called Atma? No, I am not that. So that peel. So what is I am? After all the layers of onion are peeled out, that is I am. So that is a state of being only. Shri Ram Krishna used to say, "Doob, doob, doob, roop sagar amar mon." Oh, ए मेरे मन, you रूप के सागर में डूबता जा. You will get the mine of coal, you will get the mine of copper, you will get the mine of silver, you will get the mine of gold, then you will get the mine of gems. And more, what are these mines? Gold and all this. This is the internal ananda, what they say. Internal bliss, the state of happiness, the state of blissfulness, the state of satisfaction, the state of peace, various names to that. And it will be emanating from you. You don't have to, you can't even analyze. A very beautiful example is given by Sri Ramakrishna's parable, that a salt doll, a doll made of salt, it wanted to gauge the depth of ocean. And it took a dive, and you can imagine what happens, what happened. But then he also used to call goddess Mother Kali, because he was a priest in a temple of Kali. He used to say, Mother, don't make me sugar. I want to eat the sugar. So don't make me that doll like that. When it gets dissolved, it doesn't know. So when one is in Samadhi, one doesn't know what is happening, what is happening. So what is eating the sugar? Eating the sugar is devotion, what he said, that that comes by devotion. Whose devotion? Devotion towards something which we call God. What is that something? Now again, quest for God. It is a very, very, very abstract thing. What is God? And have we reached God? Have we realized God? Have we got darshan of it? Some people say that someone who is mad after God, he is getting hallucinations. Suppose you get a vision of God, Lord Shiva, you suppose you get, and you say, I have seen Lord Shiva, because you got a vision in a dream or otherwise. So, psychologist, he will say, you have got hallucination, you see, it is hallucination. So one has to integrate the two. How to integrate them, that is the thing. So, from psychological viewpoint, that is correct. From a religious viewpoint, that is also correct. Because if you ask a religious person, he says, you have seen the Akriti of Lord Hanumana, and he blessed you very much, and now I am fully happy. I will be supported by Lord Hanuman. And he will be happy, religious people will be happy. But the psychologist says, no, you need a treatment. You should not see these health issues. But they are all integrated at the top. How they are integrated? Because when you reach that Advaitic state, then it is neither hallucination, nor vision, nor darshan, nothing. You are one. So that is the point of integration. Shri Ram Krishna was a great integrator. He said that everyone says only his watch is correct. People are showing different watches, and different watches are, as you know now, in computer systems in the network, so many processors, they have their own clock, and every clock has some time. In different countries, various standard times because of longitude. And here also we have some, now there is a national clock in Delhi and there is international clock in London, but then everyone has a different clock, different little bit timing difference, every processor has little timing difference. So everyone says my watch is correct, but whose watch is correct? Who will agree to one watch? So Shri Ram Krishna says every watch is correct. To you, your watch is correct, to him, his watch is correct. So every watch is correct. So to you, your concept of reality, your notion of reality, to him, his notion of reality, to him, his notion of reality for living is correct. Sometimes it appears that maybe it is like trying to give a lollipop to a child. We say that, Shastras say that Satchidanand Brahm is the ultimate description of what is there. What is Satchidanand? Sat, existence, Chit, consciousness, and Anand, bliss. No, they say that if you will, just as I said in the beginning, and someone raised a question, that you will be, if you love more, you will get more love and all that. Now, how are we going to be a source of that love? And that is the eternal quest, and it will remain eternal quest. Greater saints will come, with fountain of energy. Now, in this quest, when we say Satchidanand is the final thing. In that, I was talking to one Swami, and he said it is easier to understand Sat, the existence part, because I exist. The person who is saying I exist, you cannot refute, because he is the master of his statement, and he definitely exists. When I say I exist, I definitely exist. The entity is saying I exist, that entity is there. So that may be called existence. So no one can ignore existence, no one can disbelieve existence. Now comes to consciousness. Now after existence, everyone feels there is some motion, there is some energy, there is pranic energy, all these things. So that may be likened to consciousness, that is the second stage. But bliss is Ananda. So people say, what is happiness, what is bliss, what is the difference? Are there gradations in the quality of happiness, quality of bliss? Is there something called purest bliss, highest bliss? There are things, many people in Shastras, they have tried to, Brahma's bliss, Bhajanananda, Brahmananda, like that. So higher grades of bliss, or higher grade. Suppose you come to the gross world, you will have happiness. Everyone is seeking after happiness. Okay, you got some pleasure, you say, I am happy. Okay, you are happy. But then Shri Ram Krishna used to say that sand mixed with sugar. Most of the time people are eating sand mixed with sugar, or sugar mixed with sand. Sand mixed with sugar. Yeah, sugar is there, but little bit sand is there. So you take the pleasure of the world, it is like taking sugar, hoping that it will be completely sweet, but little bit sand will enter inside your mouth. So then when you try to purify it, remove the sand, so you will come to higher grades of bliss. But then people say it will be an endless journey. Definitely it is an endless journey. Unless you yourself become one of the sources of energy and great saint and Others declare that there is a great sense, I am getting the energy. Well, why I am saying it is lollipop to a child? Because someone says more bliss, more bliss, more bliss. Like a runner, I was 5,000 meters silver medalist here in the annual athletics. So lone running, hoping that he will come first, he will get this award or relay race. So purest bliss is at this point, we are all approaching it asymptotically. So bliss, purer bliss, purer bliss, purer bliss, which will give me more satisfaction, like that. So that is kind of journey. Can I invite questions and interaction now, or I should speak more? Normally I am used to half an hour kind of speaking, then I run out of energy, then I like interaction. So let's say I'll sit down and I'll invite interaction, anyone on any question. No question is bad. I tell in my class, because in trying to answer silly questions, people make great research. Just because at the gaps, there are openings for research. So if you find some gap in anything, you know that person has not understood that clearly. Like we have many questions as teachers which are not answered for ourselves, but then we tritely brush it aside. But then if someone notices that and he asks a question, that is the point to look for, and one can go ahead. So any interaction?
Pure bliss.
Yes.
Is the pure bliss is a mirage?
Yes or no, both. You see, if you look at the high...
Lollipop given.
Yeah. So I will... But no, it's accepted by all sections of all places that it is But then there are shastras, like if you read Avdut Gita or Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra Samhita, they are pure Advaitic literature, and there they say, is a dialogue between them, and he said, neither believe nor disbelieve, so I am happy. I neither act nor enter into inaction, so I am happy. Buddha talked about his middle path. So this is the middle path. Neither you try to act, neither you believe, you disbelieve. And go your way, walking on. And once life is spent, who is going to ask any question and who is going to know what is beyond? So the main thing is how to lead the life in the best possible way. So Vivekananda, he said that to do good and to be good. So why we are assembled here? Why? Because we are all on a journey to find more satisfaction, more peace, more answers to riddles and mysteries, so that we can live in a better way. So that way bliss is a mirage, because in search for bliss, doing. We are getting something that's why it is real also, because you move on this path, you definitely get something that's you move. Middle path is best, neither believe nor disbelieve. So it has, in my opinion, it is both ways. But if you can enlighten us more, because I wrote in my initial things are based on my understanding and I will definitely invite interaction.
That is the balance which is being talked about by
Yes. In Isar,
जैसे कि कहा गया कि गीता में युक्त आर विहारस्य युक्त चेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्त स्वप्न भाव बोधस्य योगा भवति दुःखा भवति योगा.
So that is definitely true. And one thing was coming to my mind. In Ishavasya, which is one of the smallest Upanishads, Upanishads are the knowledge part of Vedas, and Ishavasya Upanishad is about less than 20 or about 20 shlokas, and the Shanti part, which is before each Upanishad, there is a Shanti part, Om Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate, Purnasya Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. I make some mistake in Sanskrit, I am not a scholar. I read the translations, I interpret it this way, meaning of this is, all this is Purna. Purna is Purna, verbal meaning is Purna is full. All this is full. It has come from what we see in the perceived world. It is all full, perceived in perceived, and out of from where it has come, that also is full. And this full coming out of that full, the fullness of that full is not diminished. Now, one of the meanings, interpretations of fullness, it is my own way of dealing with problems, is balance. Balance. So fullness is, I feel that I should apply balance to this. So the thing from which this has come is balanced. This thing is balanced, and that in spite of this balance, that is balanced, this is balanced. Now suppose you have a financial, all of a sudden, suppose you have 1,000 rupees bill and note, and you got it from your salary and pocketed. Sense of loss, oh, I lost my 1,000 rupees. Same thing is any kind of loss. Then you'll get disturbed. But then one taking this as I take, everything is balanced everywhere. So there has to be balance of payment, balance in everything. Forget this. It has to be balanced. The reality is balanced reality. No, in fullness as balance, the part. I was working in Federal Reserve Bank in New York, their Reserve Bank, and I used a system called balance of payment system. Initially for maintenance and later on for some system development. So that balance was, the banks were balance of the day were recorded by Reserve Bank. So I was working on that system and that before. So that balance of payment I apply here, that everything is balanced, everything is, suppose we assign value to everything, including emotions and thoughts and everything, then and items, paper, pencil, this table, value for my job, value for your presence, everything, then there has to be a balance at all times. Because after all, a $1,000 note is a piece of paper with a copied sign of a person who is speaking on behalf of the government. Otherwise, it's nothing. It allows you to get something from some services or some item, but that item has some value, so consider some value. Like this in this abstract world, in this unperceived world also, there has to be complete balance. And once this balance comes, you feel blissful, you feel peace. Once peace comes, you feel blissful. So it's actually practical, and that's why it is useful. And it allows us to live, makes us to live more fruitfully, more meaningfully, and pulls us ahead. That is the goal.
Sir, you said about love to all. So is there any reality about love? In which way we love all people or all things? Is there any levels of reality in love?
Levels may be there. Levels are there. They're not there. Universal love, as I said, more and more you approach universal love, more and more you understand that your level of love is higher. That is my experience. Once you love a rickshawala and you love your brother, and in the same way, You feel the same emotions for a person on the street as the emotion towards your son or towards your father, because emotion towards your son is very high, emotion towards father is very high, strong one, mother is strong one, and then of course your spouse and friends and beloveds, lovers, whatever you may be around, you can talk about these things, very strong. But then if you can feel the same kind of emotion to the entire existence, then it is higher love. Definitely it is higher love. You will feel more satisfaction, less attachment.
So, sir, you are talking about there is some hierarchy in the process of love.
Yes.
Okay.
Hierarchy
So, sir, is it not like that binary thing, 0 or 1?
No, sorry. I'll tell you one interesting thing. Once I was trying to do some multi-valued logic things, kind of research in multi-valued logic. Your binary thing is 2-valued logic.
Yeah.
And then ternary, tertiary, all that. So many valued memories. You can have a decimal system for 10-valued logic. So that book, it was a Russian author, Russian book, and it said that the optimal 2-valued logic system, if you realize the system to computers and things, 2-valued is also not optimal. 3-valued is also not optimal. And intuitively, he said, but I have not seen any proof so far, but it puzzles me still. He said E-valued logic, whatever it is, I don't know how it is defined, E-valued logic, he says that is optimal. One Russian mathematician, he said. Now, many times I think that E has some special role. As you know, the law based on that is E. So, he has some special role. And maybe that intuition led him to say E-valued logic is optimal, but he has not proved, and I have not seen any proof, but it leaks me. But sometimes I apply, in some intuitive way on many things. I go to the value of E and I try to see that that value has some special meaning between 2 and 3.
So can you elaborate something about the, in this context, the value of E?
You see, suppose in all your attempts, let's say when we are, suppose you write a program, I'll talk in intuitive fashion, maybe some intuition may touch you some way and make sense. Suppose I'm writing a program and I write recursive program. And this recursion, application of recursion has to end somewhere. This loop has to terminate somewhere. You see, to make it terminate at some point, we have to then believe in something. Let's say some people say, "Hoye bhai jo Ram rachila tha." Only what happens, which happens according to God's will. God's will is there, God is there, His will is there, and jo Bhagavan chahega wahi hoga. Because unless you apply that, you will not terminate. Your mind will go bizarre and you keep on thinking and trying to put questions and answers. So to stop it, we say, okay, God is there. Someone asked someone that how to believe in God. He was worried about how to get believe in God, whether you should believe in God or you should not believe in God. So he asked someone. Then he said, this is God's problem, not your problem. Because God will make you believe whenever He wants to make you believe. In some faint way, He'll put the conditions in this way that you'll say, oh, God is there, oh, He's very merciful, He's very great. So, it is like this. To terminate that loop, which goes recursively, you have to believe somewhere, stop somewhere, and so that stopping point in recursion I put at E, 1 to Om. I call it Om, E as Om, just to stop at Om. So, 1 to how I interpret, 1 is Guru, because you see, in Advaitic thinking, which most of us have embedded within ourselves, Advaitic thinking, 1, whenever you see the word, then you take the help of Guru because it creates fear in your mind. So you suppose Guru is God or whatever you may call your Guru or whatever, then you cry to him for his help, guidance. And then he gives you guidance. So myself and Guru, just the two, otherwise there is nothing, just the two of us. And when the two of us are there, then when they become one, after his guidance he pulls you to oneness, you become one with him also. So that is the point of Om. So one is Guru, two is myself, Om is the meeting point. And there it terminates. Some people say ignorance is bliss. So either you know too much, then you have problem. Either you don't know too much, then you have problem. But better not to know than know. Means know in the sense of having a lot of information, you know.
Actually, then the meaning part will be in trouble. Either you know too much, it is good. If you do not know anything, that is the bliss. Now if you know in between, then you will be in trouble. That is falling apart.
Right, you are right. The only thing here is that comes to rescue. Ignorance is placed in the sense of kind of information. If we say in ignorance of information, definitely it will be best. You say I didn't see anything, I don't know anything. One of my friends was a dead pointer from Phoenix. He was 3 years senior to me. Student who was doing PhD in physics, Gyan. His brother was a member of French Academic Commission after doing his PhD in Manchester. He had a very nice book also. That's a So that friend of mine, whenever anyone asks him any question, I don't know. Gyan, what is this? I don't know. Everything is he used to say, I don't know. So the final thing is that let everyone evolve in his own way. But then this thing is around by Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is really essence. And Shri Ram Krishna, as Romeo Agarwal also said, Max Muller also observed, and most people observed he was the greatest integrator and the greatest source of energy. In recent, not only in recent times, but for so many years, you will get all the saints and apostles of all places, all wisdom, all times. I think he is the greatest source of energy. So, Shri Ram Krishna, he was a village person, and he had no formal schooling. He simply was a priest in a temple. We go to a big temple and so many priests. I go to Sakkara temple, one day close to my house in Bihar, 2 times a day. On today's Eve, people are praying, and I said when someone can pray for 5 times a day, 5 namajas a day, so I go to Sakkara twice a day, so it's not too much. I don't really have 5 times to Sakkara. Anyway, that's to be like. Main thing is Shri Ram Krishna, as he said, that so I took name Sakkara, so many priests are there. So one of those priests was in Kali temple in Dakshineshwar, Shri Ram Krishna was one. And but then he said so many poignant things in very simple language. Very simple language, he said, many poignant things. And they are more strong formally for living than even E is equal to MC square. E is equal to MC square definitely the great formula, and I really admire he is definitely, he has to be a great saint and this thing. But then Ram Krishna's formula, like Mother Shata's no one is a savior my child. And the formula is don't find fault in anyone. You believe your own mind before finding fault in anyone. So Vivekananda said that everyone has good traits and bad traits. Look only at the good traits of a person. Everyone has his weak side. Vivekananda said animal aspect of human being is also there, but then you have to manifest divinity. Divine aspect is also there, you have to manifest divinity. And we cannot 100% get rid of the animal aspect also. Everyone has, it comes to the body, mind, next. But then we have to manifest the divinity within us. Religion is a manifestation of divinity already in man. This is Vivekananda's saying. Education is the manifestation of perfection already in man. He saying. And Shri Ram Krishna, he said that the will of God is unquestionable. Unquestionable. The term used is unchallengeable. You cannot challenge the will of God. It is there. But then for this you have to believe that God is there and this God is there. I was talking to Swami from Berkeley, center of Ram Krishna Mission. It's a sub-center of Hollywood Center. And many of Berkeley's professors, Berkeley professors, were his disciples. Swami Swahanand of Anand in Banaras, he came. I had talked to him. And I asked him, Swami, tell me about the mystery of karma. Even Bhagavad Gita says that the karma, the notion of karma, is very mysterious. Bhagavan himself says, karma ki gati gahan hai, in the translation it comes. So, some people say because of good karma he got this, because of bad karma he got this. And if we see this word, we say, oh, I didn't do any bad karma. So someone says that in previous births you must have done bad karma, so you got this. So I said, what are your remarks about this? He said that, you see, uncertainty is inherent in nature. We are going, we may get a stroke down, we may get a heart attack down. Someone hits the body, it's dead. So, or it gets injured. So there is all of a sudden tsunami comes, all of a sudden earthquake comes. We don't know. Even the best meteorologists, they cannot 100% predict the weather. So he said, even Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is there for physics. So uncertainty is inherent in nature. To explain that, there are three models. One model is that of luck. Suppose something good happens to a person, he was lucky, so he got a jackpot. And some bad things happen to a person, he was unlucky, you see, he couldn't get into jail. So that's it. Now, but you cannot say this. Suppose someone dies, and you go to his house. Oh, you are very unlucky because he died, or he was very unlucky, so he died. You cannot say that, this thing. So there is another model, a model of karma. Karma is those people who have cause and effect type of mind, scientific mind. They say that every effect has a cause, every event has to have a cause because it happened, and because of every effect has a cause has an effect. Like tree has a seed, and tree bears a seed, and the cause of tree seed and the cause of seed is tree. So it goes in circle also. Chicken first or that kind of question comes. So, but then some people definitely look for cause. ये है तो क्या हुआ? क्यों ऐसा हुआ? Some people say क्यों ऐसा हुआ? शंका हो. So if you don't get the answer for this part, you win another previous birth. Some Pandit will say, so birth पहले आपने एक मुर्गे को मारा था, तो आपको ये कष्ट मिला. All the 100 births. So it's like that. But then third model, he said, is simplest, which is for most of the people is God's will. God is there, He is controlling the world, He has created the world, His Lila, and He wanted it to run this way, so it is running this way. He wanted it to run that way, so it should be that way. All questions, they won't simple thing. I said, out of last 80 years on me, you have so much experience and so bright, most of the also, many of you student, Shishya, Advaita Shishya. So, which one do you prefer? Because he says that depending on your disposition, your bent of mind, you will choose one of the three. Or a mixture of the three, proper composition of the three. So they said, I believe in God's will, that is simplest. So I also basically started believing Hoye Hoye Ram Rachiraya. Means whatever is God's will, that will happen and nothing else. It is simple. Practically speaking, it is simple. But I am not asking anyone to believe that. As I said that it is God's problem, not your problem. Whether you have to believe him or you don't have to believe him. So shall we continue this talk tomorrow? So next day I think.
Thank you, sir, for such an engrossing lecture and interactive session. We now invite Professor T.B. Prabhakar to felicitate Professor Agarwal.
Brother Parker, by the way, my English brother, he is also the alumnus. He was his mentor and he is a professor in Kansas University in Computer Science. And he was close to me, close to me also. And Brother Parker, he has her doctorate in philosophy from the IIT Kanpur. She was an active person from Let it be more interactive tomorrow because most of the gist I have said and we'll interact more in doing this one. That will bring out the best of us because my view is something, your view is something, so we got this up and see what it might result.
Thank you, everyone.